Hey, I'm Sophia with SOS. Did you know that Black women continue to be diagnosed with HIV at disproportionately high rates compared to white and Latina women, according to the Center of Disease Control? Despite recent progress that has seen new HIV diagnoses decrease, Black women continue to account for 6 in 10 new HIV infections among women. SOS Saving Our Sisters from HIV/AIDS is a signature service of Sisters for Sisters, Inc., a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing HIV/AIDS education, awareness, and prevention for women and girls. We are committed to saving our sisters from HIV/AIDS. Our mission is to provide culturally sensitive outreach programs to save and end HIV in our community. For over 10 years, we have hosted more than 70 community outreach projects to address the stigma while providing a safe space to share real talk on sexual health, HIV/AIDS, and sexually transmitted diseases. Please get tested and know your status. Together, we end HIV/AIDS one sister, one community at a time.
Yes, yes, yes. And I would like to welcome everybody to our program tonight. Today is HIV Vaccine Day. We have a great program lined up. You're going to learn about vaccines. We're going to see a little film that's going to teach you how the mRNA vaccines work. Please note that it may talk about COVID, but it is the same process that these vaccines are being developed. We have someone from the Prince George's County Health Department tonight, Ms. Jalen Lane, who's going to educate us. We're going to have a short video to see just what Sisters with Sisters has been doing in the fight for all these years. We should have spoken word, and we're going to learn a little bit about a local vaccine clinical trial that's being held now. First, let's take a look at the video. Let's see what Sisters with Sisters has been up to for these many, many years in our fight to help against HIV/AIDS.
Ooh, baby, love safely, take care for you and me. To all my men and my woman out there. Ha. Ooh, HIV is a place where you don't wanna be. Take care of yourself and everybody else. You don't want your health to go in the wrong direction. Gotta stay safe, gotta use protection. Take care. Over and over and over again. Remember, your safety is for you, it's for them. Ooh, baby, love safely, take care for you and me. To all my men and my woman out there. Ha. Ooh, HIV is a place where you don't wanna be. Take care of yourself and everybody else. You don't want your health to go in the wrong direction. Gotta stay safe, gotta use protection. Take care. Over and over and over again. Remember, your safety is for you, it's for them. Over and over and over again. Remember your heart, your place. Keep it safe. Stay safe.
So y'all hear that beat and that spoken word? That was really dope. Is that what y'all young folks say now? So I'm Maggie, and I have been the volunteer director of the SOS program probably since 2010 or so. It has been really a joy and a pleasure putting together programs, both educational, fun, and otherwise, for women and girls and in our community to teach them about HIV, safe sex, and just coming together and learning about ourselves and our bodies. This pandemic is still here. The HIV pandemic is still here. It's probably been overshadowed by the COVID-19 pandemic, but trust me, it's still there. And we have to continue in this fight. And someone else who's been in the fight and who is one of our sponsors and who provides all types of services for Prince George's County is the Prince George's County Health Department. And we have tonight Ms. Jalen Lane, who is going to talk to us about vaccines, why this day is so important, and also show us that film that's going to tell us and help us understand how that mRNA virus works. And, you know, once seeing that, for me, it, I didn't have a fear of any vaccines or anything like that, but it made me understand more how it works, which made me like, oh, okay, all right, that's okay. So let me close my mouth, and I am going to put Miss Jalen Lane on.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jalen Lane. I am a disease intervention specialist at the Prince George's County Health Department in the STI HIV Prevention and Outreach Program. And like Ms. Maggie said, I'll be talking today about HIV Vaccine Awareness Day. So I'm going to share my screen. Presentation mode. So once again, I'm in the HIV STI Prevention and Outreach Program. And I just wanted to kind of talk about our history, our country's history in vaccines. Over the years, we had numerous outbreaks of different diseases such as smallpox, rabies, the flu. And if you notice here, most of these have a vaccine available. So this is not nothing new to our country and just the world in general. We've always had outbreaks to occur, and that's just natural to us. But one thing I do want to emphasize is the evolution of vaccines to these outbreaks and how it has transformed us in our daily lives. However, I will go to the next slide. There's a lot of reasons why the HIV vaccine has been prolonged. I kind of wanted to touch on the Tuskegee study and why informed consent exists. But if you don't know about the Tuskegee study, this study began to record the natural history of syphilis. However, there were about 600 black men who had syphilis, and they were going to get treated for this clinical trial. However, they were not treated. And that stirred up a lot of what is the word? I would say a lot of prejudice and a lot of mistrust in the medical system, because these people, these folks, they thought they were getting tested and treated, and they weren't. And even we see that today with COVID, and just a lot of hysteria amongst the vaccine, how vaccines are they really targeted to help us, or they're there to harm us? And I want to say, with today being HIV Vaccine Awareness Day, that one way that we can create a solution to this mistrust is just to create advocacy like we are here today, and also building education and knowledge about the vaccines in our area, and not being afraid to participate in clinical trials. But we do have to make sure that those trials and those studies also honor us as a people in our communities as well. So there's a partnership along with this. So the next thing I want to discuss is a video that will be shared. I'm going to stop sharing my screen really quick. And this is just going to discuss what mRNA is, how vaccines function, and how they help us to live healthy lives.
Will take care of him. Vaccines stimulate your immune system to fight viruses. Some of the COVID-19 vaccines work by delivering mRNA to your cells. Think of mRNA as instructions that activate the immune system.
Let's check out a healthy cell to see how mRNA works. The COVID-19 vaccines deliver a package loaded with millions of mRNA to your cells. Then the ribosomes read the genetic code on the mRNA like a manual and produce spike proteins that mimic the COVID-19 ones. That stimulates your immune system to make antibodies. Now, off to the lymph nodes.
Here's where antibodies are created. The heroes that fight coronavirus. The spike proteins attach to the antibody, leaving an imprint of the spikes, basically setting a trap for the nasty coronavirus.
When this part of the antibody attaches to these spike proteins on the coronavirus, it immobilizes the virus and stops it from infecting our cells and making us sick.
If an actual coronavirus comes into the body, the antibodies are ready to rumble. Battle faster! That's why COVID-19 vaccines are essential for teaching your immune system how to fight off the coronavirus.
And that's our show for the day. Ready to roll?
I've got this.
So thank you guys for watching that. And that, I know it touched on COVID, but it works in the same way like Ms. Maggie mentioned earlier. And I know Maggie would talk about this more, but we do have new findings with the HIV vaccine as of March 2022, phase 1 of the clinical trial evaluated 3 experimental HIV vaccines based on mRNA. We just talked about a platform technology used to several approach COVID-19 vaccines. And this has been research is starting. So this is great just for HIV in general, because it's been a long history that we've been trying to get a vaccine, and just how far we come with our evolution with medications and prevention. So I kind of want to talk about what we're doing at Prince George's County Health Department. We have our campaign, Cancel HIV, Prince George's County, and we approach that in 4 different pillars, which is diagnose, prevent, and treat. So we want to reduce, our goal is to reduce HIV infections, increase access to care, expand HIV testing, and improve and promote testing. So I'll go into that a little bit more in depth. Oh, actually, I'll come back to that. So I kind of want to hop around because I had it kind of all over the place, but some of the things that we currently do is PrEP. We have a PrEP clinic at Prince George's County Health Department. I actually help with that program, my coworker as well. And basically we have a PrEP clinic every Wednesday, and we approach anyone who wants to get care at Prince George's County. Prince George's County can get care. Insurance or not, we will make way for you to get care. So we definitely encourage people to come in and get tested, know their status. And if they're interested in PrEP, we do PrEP education, and we also provide PrEP in our clinic. We also do treatment as prevention. One thing that we're working on at Prince George's County Health Department is our DIS outpost system program. So I am a DIS. Most people know DIS through just doing partner services, maybe calling you, letting you know maybe you've been exposed. But the way that we're doing this program is that we partner with agencies who are already doing this work and provide technical assistance to engage people back into care. So whether that is clients that they have fallen out of care, whether that's providing provider calls or doing the partner services and doing that field record to find out where people are in the gaps into care, we're doing that. We also do outreach efforts. Our Cancel HIV program, we're on WUSA 9, promoting and educating every month about STIs and HIV in our county. We're also participating in events like this and promoting and championing our community-based organizations. And of course, we offer testing and treatment at the health department via appointment or walk-in. I just kind of hopped all over the place. I'll go right back. So I want to talk about some of the approved STI vaccines that are already out there, because I know there's a lot of skepticism when it comes to vaccines. And I just want to kind of point out that there are already some vaccines that are out there, such as Gardasil for HPV, hepatitis B vaccine, and hepatitis A vaccine. And I believe hepatitis B and A, I know that I got those when I was born or in my early infancy ages. So I just want to kind of highlight that, like, oh, you know, these are out there and these are already been approved and these are already been working for folks. And I know that I got the HPV one as well as a preteen, but now a lot of people don't even know with Gardasil you can get the HPV vaccine in your adulthood. So they're also promoting that, and I think it's a great vaccine because it could prevent you from getting cancer. So we want to keep ourselves healthy and know the resources that are out there to help us. So I know the HIV vaccine will do the same. So I kind of talked about our Prince George's County efforts and how we're doing that, and just collaborating and just getting out there and doing events like this, continuing to do the work that we've been doing, and also instilling trust in the community. I think that's a really big part of building that trust that I talked about in the beginning. So building that trust by providing education, treatment, and we do that with every step of the way. And just going through that through a status neutral approach, regardless of your status, we're making sure we're educating you. We're making sure that we offer treatment. We're making sure that creating a space for you to feel safe when you're in our care. And I know sisters and sisters are doing the same. These are some of the resources if you want to just read more about the Tuskegee study, history of outbreaks in our communities, what Prince George's County is doing with the ending the HIV epidemic, and the new releases, the NIH clinical trials for the Moderna HIV vaccine. So this is my contact information. You can either email me, call me, text me through my mobile. That's my county mobile phone as well, to collaborate, or just if you want this PowerPoint, I can submit that to you. But thank you guys so much for including us for this opportunity.
I was just getting ready to take a picture of your information.
Oh, but sorry, let me go back.
Because I didn't put a pin over here.
No, you're fine. Let me give it.
Okay.
Let me hold it up there for a minute for everyone. Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you for such a great presentation tonight. We are very happy to have you all here joining us, and we hope to partner with you all again. We're already partners, but to have you all part of our programs again, especially when we get ready to get back out in the community and, do some testing and just have in-person events. So hopefully we will be able to do something for National Day of Testing. I'm working on that now, and you all will know about that soon. So now I want to introduce Mad Art. Am I saying it correctly? Amanda Faye. For those of you who know her as Mad Art, is a creative domestic violence advocate and peer leader. She uses her many talents to bring positivity to the world while at the same time bringing awareness to many of our causes. We are so glad to have her back again. She is a fabulous, fabulous poet. She really speaks. Oh, the last time she was here, she rocked us all. So welcome back again, Jaylyn. Oh Lord, I'm getting old. Welcome back again, Amanda.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure coming back to see you ladies again. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. I've been having a crazy week myself. I'm glad you caught me right at a time when I didn't have anything going on.
Yeah, because I got her last minute too, and she know this is not me. This is not going to happen again. I promise.
We appreciate you. We love you to death. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get right into it. I have a piece. This is really the meat and potatoes of the topic of the day, the HIV vaccine awareness, and just awareness about yourself and all around, just recognizing some of our habits, some of our quirks to keep us on the right path, So my father never finished anything completely in his life. It was always half truths or just a little white lie, as you would call it. I think that characteristic might be genetic, or maybe our desire for perfection just leaves us in a frenzy of self-loathing and unhealthy habits. We're unattached, but we're still so strongly connected to the living things around us. They pull on our energy and we seep it out to them. At the dinner table, we cut up our problems with steak knives. We have victims in our vegetables and bullshit in our bread. We still break it. Wash it down with wine. And sometimes when I get those tough pieces that are a little too hard to chew, I just spit them out. But we're medium people. So there's always going to be a little bit of blood sweat, and tears in it. No conversation makes for the best conversation. You know, that 5-letter word that everybody says they don't have, but they tend to show it. Pride. Pride. It's a silent killer. And we not wrong for feeling how we do, but we not right either. And we know that. The sticks and stones, we throw them. The house is made of glass, they're broken. That's homelessness. They say, be yourself. They really mean be who I tell you to be, who I tell you to be with. Do what I aspire you to do. Don't dream. Just make sure you're on time for work tomorrow. But we must survive. We must revive and have a voice of our own. And that's to thrive. Thoughtful enough to know how to use it. That's the icing. And that's how we get this cake. Because that's what we always get for dessert. So what's baking in your oven?
How they say do that. Very good. Once again, do you have something else you want to share?
I do. I have one more piece.
Do you have my favorite, the suicide?
I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to do the suicide today. That was
do your thing. I'll get a copy of your book when you. Do you have your book ready yet?
I don't. I just got in touch with the publisher, so that is coming soon.
Okay.
So I'll let you know as soon as it's on the press.
Okay, because I'm gonna donate desserts for your book signing.
Oh, I love dessert. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just share this short piece. One of my favorites. Free. We are free. FREE. We're facing real evils every day. We are armed and dangerous. We are a threat to ourselves and others. We are affected by everything, and everything is affected by us. We are the thinkers, the dreamers, the doers. Yes, we are dramatic, and let's not forget we are fearless. And when we get bored, we sometimes dance with our demons because we dare devils. Transcending cement walls and iron doors, our minds could never be caged in. Though we are in cages, we are free. FREE. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Madar. Thank you very much.
And again, my name is Afe. Amanda Faye is my full government, if you must know. My tag is @Madar on all social media.
I'm learning. Amanda Faye. I'm gonna remember that. Okay, love. Thank you so much, and please enjoy the rest of the program with us.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see what's next.
Now, I know that Jalen said that I would go deeper into about the mRNA virus during my hot topic session. That is the hot topic of tonight. And it's a little bit about the study that she touched on. You know, HIV has been with us for over 30 some years. That's really kind of ridiculous. I think that we maybe could have gotten further along in treatment and education than we did. But I think early on, because the focus was on white folks, it just trickled down to us later, and, you know, and has prolonged it for everyone. Now, education is important, but finding a cure is just as important as the education. That is the way we're going to wipe this out. So back in March, the NAID, which is the National Institute of Allergy Infectious Diseases, launched their first phase 1 clinical trial of 3 vaccines that are based on the messenger RNA, the mRNA platform, which we saw how that works. And I tried to understand myself, and I think I had mentioned my understanding, but I've already forgot. But it seems like it injects you with something that protects you against something else that you may encounter. And when that other thing gets into your body, it looks at that and say, oh no, honey, you are not going to get me. And then it fights off that disease that we don't want to get. Did I get that right, Jalen?
Yes, you did.
Okay. So, but in order for us to see how these things work, if they're going to work, because it's been quite challenging to find a HIV vaccine. Dr. Fauci said that it's been very challenging to find a cure, but there is an opportunity with this mRNA technology. Now, while we might not want to take part in these vaccines, these clinical trials, it's extremely important that we do. It's been 30 years, as I said earlier, so it's definitely time for a cure. Now, NIH and the sponsors quite a few trials. They're sponsoring this one, but there are loads and loads of clinical trials. So in the chat, you're going to see where you can actually go. You can read. I'm going to put in the information about all of reading more on this article, and also the website, which is clinicaltrials.gov. Anthony's going to put that up. And that is where you go to find out about trials all over the United States. You can filter in the type of trial. You can filter in where you live. You can find out whether they're still accepting participants or not. So share this with your family and your friends who may want to take part in these trials, who may want to help us find a cure. We don't want our babies to continue to have to face this along with everything else that we're facing. So now I will, Anthony, he's going to let that stay up for a while. I have put in the chat room. And I want to ask now, are there any questions that we want to ask Jalen while she's here? One thing I want to know, Jalen, do you all have training for, if people want to learn more about HIV/AIDS and maybe want to become peer counselors, volunteer peer counselors and things like that? Do you have trainings for those?
Not at the moment, just because we're still working out just how we're getting back into the office due to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
The county is still figuring that out. I even work on a rotating schedule, but if it does come available and I'll let my supervisor know that, that is definitely a need, I would definitely let you guys know and let the public know. But some things that we're working on right now are just marketing for our prevention efforts, especially for our DIS outposts and our PrEP clinic. Our PrEP clinic is fairly new. It launched, I think, it launched at the beginning of COVID. So we are still a very, very new PrEP clinic. We do offer Descovy and Truvada. I know there's Crescentia, the injectable PrEP. We don't offer that yet, but we do have our PrEP clinic available. And we also are assisting our CVOs with any outreach efforts that they may need when it comes to partner services or new diagnosis or just re-engaging folks back into care. So those are some of the things that we're working on right now. But as far as education, anyone who comes in for testing and treatment, we're giving you education. So if you come in and need a test, you're getting PrEP education, you're getting STI education. We're meeting you where you are as far as what level that you already know, and we're giving you the information.
Okay. And last question, your testing truck, how is that now? Say, for instance, if we wanted to host I've always wanted to plan a testing palooza, which would be like an all-day, testing event. Mm-hmm. Is the testing truck back in?
No, unfortunately, not yet. So once we find out, we'll let everyone know, but we can assist with any testing efforts that you need.
Okay, like if we get a tent or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you. Okay, does anyone else have questions? And I want to say it's so good to see such a young woman, a young Black face, who is so smart, who has your degrees and who is scientifically inclined in this fight. And the same thing for Amanda Faye. It's so good to see you in your fight, in your writing. So I've never seen Anthony. I guess he's young. I don't know. But anyway, it is really good to have young people who are out, who are doing things, who are making a positive difference in the world. So thank you to all of you.
Thank you. And thank you for all that you guys are doing. I've been working in Prince George's County for a while, and I've just been seeing all the things that you guys been doing. So I'm just very appreciative to be along the ride with everyone and in great company.
Okay, great. Thank you. So if there's no other questions, we can close for today. And like I said, you all probably won't go to bed, but it's almost my bedtime. Believe it or not, it's, take my first nap about 9 and then, get up later on. But I really, really appreciate everyone coming on, especially with this, such a last minute contacting you all. I have your all information now. And the next thing I'm going to be working on, as I said, will be for National Day of Testing. So I will, because it would be nice to have an outdoor event, maybe have a bunch of poets, spoken word artists, a little entertainment with spoken word testing, and some ice cream. So we'll see. Thanks again, and I will talk to everyone later.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you. Anthony. Oh, he has one more.
I'm Linda H. Scruggs. I've been diagnosed with HIV for over 30 years. HIV may not be what you think it is. It may not look what you think it looks like. HIV is 100% preventable, but it's really important for you first to get tested. Don't be afraid about getting tested. Take control. Take the power. Know your status. Knowing your status is important. Please get tested.
Jalen, I think Sisters